Hey there, AfterBuzzers. You're watching the AfterBuzz TV After Show for The Catch, Season 1, Episodes 9 and 10, the finale, aka Fairy Tale. Stay tuned while we give you our thoughts and predictions.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Hey guys, bringing it in with a big, double jam-packed finale episode this week. It was intense, but so much action. We got a lot of good, juicy nuggets tonight. It was awesome. Really excited to dive in with you guys. As always, I am Lauren Salaun, joining you this week. You guys can find me everywhere online at Lauren Salaun. I'm joined by my awesome panel, as usual.
Hey everyone, I'm Jordana Morfin, and you can follow me on Twitter and on Instagram at Jordana_Morfin.
Yeah, welcome back.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm JB. You guys can find me at Hey John Blake.
Awesome. So guys, big ole episode. We had 2 hours tonight and lots of activity. It was a very seamless finale, I thought. Lots going on. And we finally, we've had these kind of dueling forces like Christopher / Ben and Margot and Reese and their squad, and then Alice and Val and their team kind of, and then things have started to bleed together, and finally in tonight's mega finale, it's all just kind of all meshed together and very exciting. What were some of your guys' gut reactions? How did you feel about the finale?
There's so much backstabbing.
Oh, right.
I absolutely loved it. Everyone was just against each other. I mean, the whole Reggie thing, I could not believe that. The whole, there's just so many surprises that happened. But I really enjoyed it. I think it was a great way to end the season.
Yes. Yeah, I liked how it was a cohesive, movie almost.
Right.
I mean, we knew the characters from all the setups of the episodes before. But, with all the characters, it was kind of a standalone, its own special, in a way. With the wedding and kind of a bigger heist that did last for 2 episodes. I mean, we had some stuff before where we had multiple characters reoccurring. But this was, I feel like, much more with, Morgan and that whole wedding. The mom, obviously, Sybil, was great. She was super intense.
Right. Yeah.
Scary.
So let's talk about her a little bit. She is Leslie Nichol from Downton Abbey, and I don't watch Downton Abbey, so I don't know this character portrayal. I'm sure it's much different. We're seeing a whole different side of this actor in this role, of course, being a major, organized crime
mafia boss. Yeah.
And I love her, this tiny British woman who is a badass.
Yeah, when we first see her, she looks like the cutest little thing.
Yeah.
Oh, she's so
Sybil.
nice and cute. She is a feisty woman.
And I love how she comes in there and they have a family meeting, and she's totally busting Margot's balls and oh yeah, because you're this little spoiled daughter, all this stuff, and oh mom, give me this and this and this. I love how spunky and just sassy she was. But also you realize oh no, you don't mess with this woman, because we already know that with Margot and with Reese, they mean business, and if you F with them, they pretty much just shoot you.
Right.
Yeah.
So they probably got it from their
and it's
mama.
with mom, yeah, same way.
Exactly. As we saw later, she doesn't. She
doesn't mess around. She will literally kill you right away.
Yeah, literally, and she does. So let's kind of run through things a little chronologically, just because this episode was pretty linear.
Right.
I think so. We've got, mom comes into the scene, and from last week, Christopher / Ben has turned himself in to Dow, and he's wanting to work with the good guys to basically take down the family. And so he's now extra double agent. I feel like everyone's a double agent already, so now they're quadruple agents, because they're all, playing so many different sides and backstabbing everybody and so many different cons going on. So he's got this happening now, and then we've got Dow and Val kind of with their romance going on, which is so funny. I like it.
I'm starting to like it, but I don't. It's just so it's cute the way he's acting towards her, but it's just weird because I don't like him still.
Right,
You know, he's just annoying me.
I know JB and I last week talked about how he's kind of
growing on
us. Like the smooth Dow is like kind of cool, you know, and like
well, yeah, I mean, much cooler than where he was at. We started from a very low place.
I do like the way he's making Valerie feel now.
Yes.
I feel, because, you know, obviously she went through so much, and now she's,
saucy.
A little bit happier.
It was interesting that, so in this whole situation, you know, Alice needs to talk with her lawyer and like figure stuff out now that this is becoming a bigger deal. Mm-hmm. And of course, Alice's lawyer is Val's ex-husband, Gordon. Mm-hmm. And so they're in there with Dow in there. Like, that was so awkward, right?
And Dow was making it so awkward. He was making it very, like, you know, the little faces that he was making at
like,
Val.
Don't make it so obvious, dude.
And Gordon could totally tell.
Right.
It was awkward.
Wouldn't she have been like, hey, be cool, bro, or something? Like,
I think he's just so infatuated by her that he just can't stop. He was like that little flirty, like a little flirty teenage boy.
I wish we had seen kind of that, like, a little bit softer side of Dow. Not softer, but like less uptight side of Dow. Like, I get that, oh, well, he likes Val, so now he's letting that side show, sort of thing. But it does seem like such a change from what he was in the beginning, you know, because he was so like uptight and annoying.
Well, no, I just feel like they spent so much time making him sort of an enemy that they highlighted all of his incompetence, and like that. They did it so often that it really had, like, left an impression.
Like,
like, it's hard to recover from.
He's a bad FBI agent, but I guess he's kind of smooth sometimes. Like,
right? Yeah, it doesn't really like match up to everything that we've seen before, like him kind of fumbling the ball like so many times.
Right.
It's like, dude, you already suck so bad. Like,
exactly.
He's a long way to climb up.
Yep. Yeah. So yeah, and I mean, I guess I still like them, and there's still that kind of like, what is this thing with them? And later at the wedding and later in the episode, we see, you know, that flirtation continues, and there's still that kind of, you know, they're gonna be something moving forward. You know, I feel like everybody kind of coupled up in this episode too.
Everybody did.
Well, even Val makes it more official when she's talking to Ali about it later on, you know. She's like, well, I don't know what's gonna happen with him. Maybe he'll hurt me, maybe I'll hurt him. But I mean, that's when we kind of see that she's probably gonna give him a chance.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not Rebound anymore.
Right.
So
I like that, because earlier in the season we were kind of like, I think we were excited about the possibility of Val and Gordon getting back together, you know, and now I don't really care about that.
Yeah,
you know, he came back and we're like, oh, he's here again. And in real life, which we talked about before, Gordon is Allie's husband in real life, so that's cute.
So cute.
That's fun. Okay, so we also
Sort of. I mean, I bet that'd be awkward, like, on set sometimes. It's like, I have to go kiss this other guy.
Yeah, but that's like part of the deal. I mean, they don't really have scenes where that's happening like in front of him.
Yeah,
I guess so. It'd be less.
He's not even there very often.
Yeah, this is only, I think, the second time he's been there.
We've seen him like twice.
But last week we also had the major, like, Margot as Allie's therapist thing, which was an awesome play on Margot's part. And this is continuing. And then before one of her sessions, Allie's kind of doing some, like, you know, internet stalking of Christopher and the firm and stuff like that. And she comes across a picture of the princess, sees that necklace that she gave Christopher to give to Allie, that Allie never got. Margot ended up getting it. And at her next session, sees it peeking through Margot's shirt, and then very quickly puts those two things together. Like, oh, holy crap, I'm getting conned right now. Like, this isn't a therapist, this is a bad guy. And okay, my thing about this, why is Margot, if you're gonna be wearing a giant diamond necklace like that, why are you wearing it under a blouse like that? Like, to keep it safe or something? Like,
also, I thought, like I was telling you earlier, when Margot took the necklace from Ben, I thought she was gonna use that for something.
Trade it in as money or something.
Because she even mentioned that before. But I don't know. It was just weird that she had it on. I was just kind of like, okay, so what, you thought that Ben actually, I don't know, did she
took it for you or something?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I kind of think that she did, just because of the way she was reacting when Allie was talking so much crap on her. That you could see it in her face that she was like,
to
what?
Something.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, are necklaces that rare where you would see something and be like, oh, Jesus?
No, but if you see like a giant, well, it was a giant,
yeah, I mean, that's
like,
a little bit different.
diamond, emerald, like huge necklace, and she was wearing it under like a button-up blouse, kind of. It was super weird, you know, like where a little necklace like I'm wearing. You guys, I have some dainty chains on. You know, yes, thank you. If I'm wearing that like under a shirt or a normal blouse or something, like no big deal. Maybe I wear it every day. But that's not the kind of necklace that you're like, oh, this is my necklace I wear every day. It's okay if it's under my shirt today. Like,
also, she only wore it from that session.
Yeah.
Because the next session that we saw her and she wasn't wearing it anymore.
Yeah, so it was weird.
Yeah.
That could just be like a continuity thing or trying to make it like more suspenseful. I don't know. It just seemed a weird move on Margot's part. But anyhow, it allowed Alice to kind of put the pieces together for that. And goodness, I freaking love how she flipped it, you know? And so she leaves that session, you know, she knows what's up. She goes and talks with everybody at the firm and like, okay, here's the deal. And they're like, oh, well, we don't have a way to like track her down and stuff. And she's like, wait, actually, hi, I can just schedule another session with her, guys. Come on. And she, and as we assumed, like Margot had held the real therapist at gunpoint, all this stuff. So they go so Alice goes and has another session, and she's just planting all these like jabs at her, like
so bad.
Yeah, Christopher, like just saying all this stuff that Christopher didn't say, but like, digging it in.
I kind of felt bad for her. I'm not gonna lie. I actually I know Margot's the bad guy, but I like her just because I feel like she's gotten screwed over so much. Yeah. You know, obviously she's doing bad things, but like her mom's with the with the firm. Ben, I
don't completely think she's a nasty person.
Yeah,
you know, she's just a criminal.
Yeah, I think she's super charming. Like, I mean, all the con side of things, they're all super charming. Like, it's almost impossible not to like them. They keep killing people, so you know that helps. But you know, you want to like them.
Yeah, especially especially she spent 15 years with Ben.
Yeah,
I mean, obviously she probably expected it to be real. And then when Alice is just saying, you know, that she was a nasty person, that he
told me she could hardly touch her and he couldn't wait to escape.
That was a little sad.
Trapped by her, like, and Alice's face, like, throughout this whole episode, actually, I love Alice's, like, the little smirks that she had. Like, that look she gets is just awesome. Yeah. And that whole session, you can see it, like, behind her face. She's, like, being serious about it and, like, confiding in her and saying all this stuff. And you can see Margot just like seething and like and getting heartbroken at the same time. So yeah, I agree. It was kind of a sad, like, you're like, yeah, Alice, get her, you know. But then you're like, oh, ow, you know, this stinks for Margot.
Yeah, well, she got a little aggressive with it. I feel like it went the other way when Margot was in the interrogation room. I mean, obviously further down the episode.
Yes,
but
Margot was able to flip it on her for sure.
Yeah, it's similar. I mean, just with while we're on this point, Alice's face, like her way of acting, like without even saying anything, like it's sort of resting bitch face, but it's so much more. It's like so much more aggressive and intentional, like sort of like channeling this.
It's resting bitch face, it's like calm and stoic, but also like terrifying at the same time. You're like, oh no, she's gonna get us.
Yeah, it's quite a look for sure.
Yeah, and then of course Margot goes back to her squad. Leah, the counterfeiter, and Reggie flipped so fast on Christopher. Christopher's like, hey, I can't give you all the deets, but you should get out of town. Like, the family's getting taken down. And Reggie's like, okay, I'm the only one you can trust, bro. And then, like, next scene there, he's like telling Margot, oh, hey, Christopher is like double playing us, sort of thing. So then Margot, you know, comes back from this session with Alice, and she's like explaining what happened, and and this episode had so many moments where people's like emotions about what's going on like clouded what was happening or what they should have been doing. Like Margot with this situation. Yeah, you should know you're kind of being played back. And that's what Leah was like, oh, so quickly sweetie. Too. Yeah. She knows, like, duh. Why did she spent an hour kind of like trash talking you right to your face?
I was kind of surprised that Margot didn't do more research on who Alice was. Like, if she was able to do all these things and get in the like therapy room with her, you know, you'd think she would know a little bit more about what she does and you know, keep that.
Well, I think she does, but I think it was weird that Alice didn't know. I think it was weird that it took Alice this long to know who Margot was, especially because Christopher had told them about Rhys and taking down the family. Like, why didn't they show pictures of who Rhys and Margot, like, they're like, okay, we're taking down the Kensington firm. Hi, let's see some pictures of who the main players are, maybe. Like, that was weird to me.
Well, you know, I don't know if Ben would have that. Because, I mean, back to, like, episode 1, he didn't even have pictures of himself.
There weren't pictures of him,
Alice,
but
like,
I feel like you would be able to help him out with that. I don't know. I guess if you're, like, in that badass, you figure out how to not get your picture taken, but that seemed a little silly to me, that I'm like, oh, okay, Ben's on our side now and he's helping out, and he can't just be like, oh, BT dub, this is kind of what she looks like, or like, hey, I was just with her and I snuck this photo of her, like, you know, I feel like that could have been handled, but then we wouldn't have had this really awesome like therapy session sequence for the Oh, that was so exciting. Alas, it's a TV show, everybody. That's what happens in TV shows. So then we get to our big con that Mama Bear is in town for. Basically, they want them to get invited to a wedding for this very, very rich family. And so that, you know, and it's left kind of mysterious as to what exactly they're going to be doing at the wedding. Mom is in town running this operation, and that's all we know. You listen to Mom. And so Ben orchestrates it by like helping the groom get a tux and then helping them get a spot for the rehearsal dinner and all this stuff, and then they have a meeting. I loved this meeting with the couple. This was my
favorite part. I just absolutely loved this whole like scheme and then turning them into this couple. I loved it so much.
It was so cute, yeah, because the couple's like, oh, so how long have you guys been together? And they're like, oh, 15 years. So cute. And then later, obviously, like, they're talking about their relationship and how, like, you know, non-conforming they are. And Rhys is, like, going off about all this stuff. And the couple's like, you know what? We don't need to get married. You're right. And calls off the wedding. And then they need to convince them to put it back on. All this stuff. And so back at the restaurant to meet and, like, convince them. And then Rhys has to pull, you know, to pull it off and really seal the deal, has to propose. I freaking love that. I was cracking up the whole time. Yes, and he's like, don't kiss me, don't kiss me. He's like, oh, come on. Like, I really love Rhys's character.
I like him too. I really like him.
Yeah, no, I actually really like that conversation that when he was like about to propose, just because it was sort of a dual conversation. They were obviously playing to the marks, like Morgan and his fiance, but they were also like, he was really talking to him about like they've known each other for 15 years. Like,
it was just their real relationship,
real,
but like, you know, adding a little gay spin to it.
Definitely up to the gay factor.
A little gayness added into the mix. But I love it. And yeah, Rhys, he's like so unpredictable and like hot-headed, and
he's wild card.
Yeah, wild card, but he really endearing at the same time too. This episode was really fun.
Not gonna lie, for a while I didn't know. I mean, I liked him, and then I was like, I don't know about him. Yeah. But this episode with the whole, I mean, we can tell that obviously Ben means a lot to him. Like, that's his friend right there, you know?
That's his bro.
That's his bro. And he picked his side, and I just made me melt a little bit.
Yeah, because there was some time, like, especially when he killed Felicity, and
especially now that his mom's in town, and you can kind of tell that he's afraid of his, you know, he's really scared of his mom. Like, when it first, when the wedding first got called off, and he's like,
what are we
Ben,
gonna do?
you
We
tell
can't-
her,
yeah.
you know, so you can tell that she, you know, he's scared of mommy, but obviously he's a good guy.
He's
I
a
like
good
it.
guy.
He's a good guy down.
Well, there was
deep down
some
inside.
dark moments, like when they had the whole casino like gambling day, and then he killed Felicity. Like he gets that kind of evil flair going, but I like him. I think he's
Well, yeah,
he's
I mean that
tender
was
inside.
more because he stand to gain like a lot more.
Yes.
So he
Yeah.
was like, okay, I'm gonna swoop right in and get mine. He turned out to be sort of a good guy. I was surprised though. It almost felt like too much, where it was like, oh, is he gonna
what's the
try
trick?
to pull something?
Yeah.
Because you know, like him organizing or letting Alice get away for one, and then like setting up the whole like honeymoon for them, / him third wheeling.
Well, when he was when
he had
was,
2 tickets. I mean, we'll get to that. We'll get to that,
I wonder
but
if maybe he's bringing someone else.
We'll
He could
see.
meet
No,
someone.
when he
He's-
was first in... Okay, well, really quick. When he was first in Alice's room with the gun, I was like, okay, this isn't gonna... I was thinking, I was like, this isn't gonna go well. Not that he was gonna kill her, but I thought he was gonna be... I don't know, the way he was acting towards her, that's when you were just kind of like, oh, okay. You know, he's gonna turn into...
Yeah, but he's like a little crazy. So you're like, maybe he's just being sadistic and like having fun with it, and then he's gonna shoot her later or something. I don't know. So so the big con we're working with is they have Leah, the counterfeiter, print 2 million. Will get taken down. The entire empire will go crumbling, and then they can move in. The firm can move in and take over her whole territory, which is a pretty like sweet way to like take out the competition.
It's a pretty intense heist.
Yeah.
I
And
think I
pretty
thought
cool.
about it too.
Right?
Like that whole... Yeah. It's pretty
Yeah,
good.
it's interesting that they... I mean, I guess they had like long-term plans to like crumble her empire, but you know, at the same time, I feel like just robbing her blind would have done a similar damage. I mean, maybe not completely because she wouldn't be like caught for additional crimes,
Right.
But
yeah, robbing her that way, just taking the money, you're just getting money. Like
Right.
this way, you eliminate her from the picture, and she goes to jail if she starts spending. So if she doesn't know her money's been taken at all,
right, which she wouldn't have. Like,
Right.
there's
Yeah,
no
definitely
way.
not.
yeah, it was pretty. I thought that was a pretty slick one. You know,
Yeah,
from
it was
Mama Bear
quite
there.
the elaborate plan.
Yeah, and so
She is like evil. Like that
She
is
is the
messed up.
definition
Yeah.
of
Not
evil.
just
Yeah, because
stealing
when
from someone,
we-
but like you are like framing them.
Right.
Like,
And she gets, I mean, the woman's head of security, and she's got him in the hotel
Yeah.
to get the code for the vault. And he's sitting there, like, you can tell, oh, what's going on here? You know, like, he's clearly uncomfortable
and
and
panicking
sad
and-
and panicking. And she shows him a video of his kids, like, oh, you want your kids to be okay, sort of thing. He gives them the code, and then she just has Jameson shoot him right there. And she, like, it ain't no thing.
Yeah.
So that's where Margot and Reese get it. You know, to get their cold-hearted,
yeah, she's
murdery
ruthless.
ways.
Like that is next level.
I wonder if she... I mean, would she even kill her... She probably would kill her own kids. Because, I mean...
Ooh, I don't know. She would definitely kill Ben. That's
she
for
would
sure.
definitely kill Reese.
I don't know.
He even said it.
I don't know if
maybe.
she would.
Maybe.
I mean,
I
he
don't know, for
says
the
she
Empire-
would.
She killed her own husband.
Apparently, but you know, that's
I don't know.
different.
Now that she knows
than
that
your kids, maybe.
that Reese betrayed her,
Yeah,
I would not. I mean, who knows? She's an evil person.
Right.
Yeah, no, that's true. She is not nice.
But she's so cute and tiny and British. I don't know. Anyway, so our team ends up, so Val and Alice and Co, they end up kind of knowing what's up, and they're obviously still working with Christopher. I just am going to call him Christopher or Ben. I don't know. I feel like I have to say Christopher / Ben because I alternate all the time.
Yeah, I mean, even in this episode, like
They're all saying different things.
Yeah,
So he gave them the address where it was supposed to be taking place because he wanted to like protect Alice, which is so sweet. And then of course Val and other people are like, no, he's playing you, girl, come on. And so then they look up all the other properties, go find the right place, and their team like infiltrates the situation too. Like I love how Sophie was singing at the wedding and Danny's there like serving cocktails and stuff, like pretty smooth. It was pretty awesome. And
yeah. I wonder how they got in because obviously Ben had to pull some strings to get his own crew in, you know, in those similar roles. Like,
and then the invitation that they had was a fake address.
Right.
So
Yeah.
maybe they just flash the silk envelope.
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, it is one of those things, I think, where we've talked before about how sometimes it's a little too convenient. And so, you know, it's just because they are super slick investigators and they figured it out, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
So yeah, our team is in there getting ready for everything. Well, let's back up a moment, actually, because we didn't totally talk about how the Margot getting taken down at the bank. So they're going to exchange this money, you know, that they have, and Margot, you know, they track her down, find her, because Reggie gets out of the car to let, you know, what's his name?
McCartney.
Yeah, like John Lennon and Paul McCartney go pee
Sir Paul
and sees
Sir Paul.
Sean, I believe, and remembers him from the
So
last
quick
thing.
how they just click.
Hey,
like,
but that's their
crazy.
business, like paying attention to people.
Yeah,
and
no, Reg
knowing-
is awesome.
Reg,
like I totally
Yeah.
believe that he's on top of his stuff.
He's legit, yeah. And so makes quick calls to Margot to be like, "Hey, get the heck out of there," and she, you know, makes a quick escape. Essentially, Alice confronts her. They have a small chase and stuff. Margot ends up pulling a gun on Alice, which was like the big, dramatic like part in all the previews and stuff for next week. Nothing freaking happened with that because Val
was a
had
good one.
Alice's back, dude. Val was a badass in that moment. I loved it.
But yeah, I was curious about how she got arrested. I know that they had a warrant to raid her shop, I thought, Margot's shop, which, you know, they had to wait for it, and they ended up missing her, which is why they set up this whole sting. I mean, they arrested Margot after that. I wonder sort of why, because I thought that Reg called her before she, like, did anything too extreme.
No, I mean, I think
But she had the money, right?
I think she had the money with her. She just wasn't carrying through with it, but it was still counterfeit money
Oh, okay.
that she had.
Oh.
Yeah, so they take her into custody, and we get this whole reveal, and we get that moment where, like we were talking about a bit ago, you know, she kind of gets to flip the tables on Alice and be like, "Hey, actually, da-da-da-da-da." I thought it was a little weird that Ben was in the interrogation room with her. You know, maybe do they think she'll open up to him more?
That's what they thought, but he wasn't even doing anything. He just kind of sat there.
He let her talk. Yeah, he wasn't doing a very good job. He should know better than that.
Yeah, he's not a very good interrogator.
But yeah, not at all. So Mama gets Margot broken out of her holding cell, which
That was just way too easy. Way too
right?
easy. When that happened, when she came out, or when the guy took her out, I was like, I wonder where he's taking her. And I was like, really?
Yeah. And
Like,
Mom's
that
like,
easy?
It's a getaway, dear. Come on.
Well, no, I think she just has paid massive people because she said that
they have so much
FBI
money.
is like
she's got
she's
FBI
paying
in her
them.
pocket, you
That's
know.
crazy.
Tons of
Like,
people.
that's a pretty big organization to just.
Oh yeah. I love that it's
have on
run
the
by
cash
like
flow.
this little British mother too. I kind of love
Yeah.
it.
She looks like a little fairy. Like
Yeah.
from, I don't know, but she just...
Yeah, she
Doesn't
does.
she remind you of like a Disney character?
Yeah, like Sleeping Beauty.
There you go. The fairy.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yep. That's exactly my thought. Mm-hmm. She's just too cute.
You'll get it.
Fair enough.
Look it up later. You'll figure it out. You'll agree with us. And so she gets broken out of jail, and Margot, and then we've got our whole like Alice gets kind of taken by Reese situation, which is a smart move on their part for sure. You know, if they know that Christopher is playing both sides, like get what he wants, obviously, and so they're using her as collateral, and Reese is in there, and I didn't obviously think that Allie was gonna get shot or anything like that, but since we don't, you know, Reese is unpredictable, so you're not totally sure what's gonna happen. I liked their banter though the whole time. Yeah, he's holding a gun to her. Yeah, she doesn't know what's gonna happen, but it was very calm and
playful.
Yeah, playful, and Alice was like, didn't seem too scared. She was taking it very seriously, I think, but seemed pretty chill about the whole thing.
Yeah, I was surprised at how she took it because I feel like Reese always is that way. He's just like, oh, well, if it gets out of hand, I'm just going to shoot you.
Yeah, exactly.
No problem. But for her she really played it well. You know, she didn't try anything when he was there, like at her house. I mean, she knows some like kung fu moves. She definitely could have like tried to grab the gun or something,
right? And
or, like, run.
because she can kick some ass for sure. And my thing, so when he's telling her everything to wear, like from dress to lipstick color, all this stuff, and she goes into the closet, grabs, and that's where I thought like, okay, she's gonna try and like stash a gun or something's gonna happen in this moment. She just grabs 2 purse options. One's like black, kind of bulky, does not match her outfit. The other matches her outfit, and he's obviously like in that situation. When we're watching it, I'm like, well, duh. One of these has like some sort of weapon in it. It's got to, but like. Maybe you know, but you think like the assumption if you're Reese is like, oh well, she would only grab that weird looking one that doesn't match because it's got something she wants in it, which ended up not. Obviously, it was the opposite of that. The one that matched perfectly is the one that had the gun in it.
Right.
I wonder if both of them had guns.
That's
in
what
it.
I
Yeah,
think
maybe she just stashes a gun in every purse.
But
just
also,
'cause.
hey Reese, why didn't you check?
Yeah, he should have.
Like, it's a purse. Why wouldn't she have some secret gun in there
or something like you know,
Reese
you guys
Reese,
carry
though.
a lot of stuff
Like,
in those purses.
I know. Hey, shoot, I've got like a stun gun in mine and stuff. Like, you never know what's
Really, like a full blown like taser that like shoots.
I mean, no, not a taser, a stun gun. Taser shoots out the darts that'll like attach to you. Stun gun just electrocutes you.
Okay,
But it's a real cute little one. It's purple, you know. No big deal.
Oh,
just in case.
You never know.
Flashlight
You never
on
know.
The next
I know.
Alice Vaughan over here.
I was using it as a flashlight, not to get totally off topic, but I'm going to. As a flashlight the other night and accidentally buzzed it, and there were some guys
snap.
like in a parking. I mean, nothing happened.
Yeah.
But some guys in the parking lot that were like, "Holy shit!" I was like,
Don't mess with her.
Don't mind me. I
kidnap
was just
that
using it as a
girl.
flashlight, you guys.
Noted.
Sorry. Anyway, so I was super shocked that Reese didn't bother checking, and then of course they're sitting like. Having a little chat in the park, and Alice is still being so like has that smirk, and she's being so confident, and I loved all of that this episode. But then she's like, oh bro, I got a gun on you, like I'll shoot you in the D, like sorry.
Very specific. Yeah.
Well, hey, that's what she said, not in those words, but pretty much in those words. And so there we go, she gets to run free. Which, like, again, I feel like Reese, like, wasn't wholeheartedly in that.
Right. Well, and since
could've
they
figured that out.
had, like, a more elaborate side deal going on. So I wonder if he maybe walked back and was like,
I think he was already probably planning on letting her go.
Yeah.
Just because of the whole Ben thing.
Right.
You know, I think it wasn't just something like, oh, out of nowhere, I'm going to let her go because this is my best friend.
Well,
you know?
everything was getting so turned on its head and screwed up that he's like, well, if a better offer comes along, I'm going to take it.
Yeah.
Which, you know, she ended up getting. And so actually in that conversation, like, we probably didn't see that part where she was, because in the end we find out like, oh, Reese was a part of Alice and her team getting into the wedding and doing all that stuff anyhow. Right. So maybe in that conversation when she pulls the gun is like, hey, no, you're going to let me go, but also how about we do this and team up instead, you know? So that's probably what happened. So we've got our kind of at the big wedding. Let's talk about that because that was a lot of fun. So our team infiltrates the wedding. We've got stuff going on. Everything is like, you know, it's working out so far. The bad guys like Margot, Mom, and them are playing caterers and stuff like that, like hauling the money back and forth. And let's talk about the Danny and Sophie moment. So he tells her that she was amazing singing and all that stuff, and then totally like checks her out. And he's like asks about Sean. She's great. She's great. So he asked about Sean, and she's like, oh, Sean's not really my type. And we haven't seen anything about her and Sean since like the day he asked her out, you know, to go to dinner. And she says something about like, oh, well, you know, I'm more into coworkers who spend all their time talking instead of like actually kissing me, sort of thing. Real cute. I liked her putting it out there, telling it like it was. And Sean interrupts them and then asks Danny out. I freaking loved that.
But I love when when he's talking to him, or when he's like, "Hey, can I talk to you?" Danny's kind of like freaking out a little bit.
He's like,
"Yeah,
oh my gosh,
okay,
she's
let's
gonna
go,
kick
let's
my
go."
ass.
Yeah, but
talking to
I
this
was
girl.
not expecting that one at
I love it.
all.
But it's so funny because, and Danny's like, well, I said yes. Like, I mean, he's cool.
He's cool. And then he was like, and I'm looking forward to it too.
Yeah, but I mean, when he and Sophie went on a date, he was like, dude, I'd go out with him.
Yeah.
So I kind of think it's...
It was
I
cute.
think he has like
funny.
a man crush, like
Yeah.
in a platonic and friend way on him, and like, oh, I just want to be his friend because he's so cool.
Yeah.
I thought that was very cute.
I don't think I thought he was joking though to Sophie, in saying that he was like he accepted it. Like,
I think he was
'cause he's
like a
actually-
kind of a dork. I don't know.
I mean,
we probably will never know the answer.
Agree to disagree. I don't think he went on the on the man
No, I
date.
think it's. I mean, probably not. But he probably.
He probably
maybe he clarified it. Let's be
wanted to.
pals because I
Yeah.
think you're really badass.
Yeah.
I'm not into you like that, but I want to be your friend.
Because you're
Right?
really cool. Yeah. I
think
see
that's
that.
what happened.
I can see it too.
Anyway, so then, and then everybody at this wedding, like everyone is like getting all like lovey-dovey. Ugh, okay, yes.
It was
when you're
getting
shaking
bad.
your head at Christopher and Alice are like, yeah, getting back together, great, adorable. He re-asks her to marry him, awesome. Hi, you guys are working a job right now. Can we all focus? Like, even with
Yeah, no, I was about to say that. I was
Yeah.
like, they're getting really cavalier. Like, he's making out with her at the party.
they're making out. He's
Like-
not only like does that blow the con, but he's playing a gay,
Gay
man,
man, yeah.
who just got engaged to
Yeah.
another gay man who's at the wedding. Come on.
Right?
Yeah,
And they're in sight. It's not like
Eye
they're
of the
hiding
prize,
somewhere.
people.
They're
Yeah.
literally right there.
Yeah. And Reggie snaps a picture of them making out, and like the jig is up, like hi, and then the couple sees them, is like, okay, what's going on
Yeah.
here? And they end up being able to flip it, like smooth it out quite well. But goodness, you guys, like, you guys are professionals.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's just what love does to you, right? You like lose your mind.
Well, yeah, I'm surprised what Ben was doing during that whole time, because we only saw him making out with Alice pretty much and proposing to her again.
Right.
You know, there was so much build up about how necessary he was for this. Obviously, you got the blueprints to like make it all possible.
Right.
But for the actual execution of the heist, I thought he was going to play, you know, a more substantial role, which is why he was kept alive. Like, it seemed like if he was just, you know, having fun at the wedding, like partying and proposing to people, then, like, you know, he's not that essential to the actual like heist.
No,
Yeah.
he wasn't.
Like, he could have been killed much earlier,
yeah,
which is
this
weird.
is true. That's true.
But I mean, obviously, Mum was busy cooking up
getting
some
all that
storm
money.
and plating
Exactly.
the hors d'oeuvres.
Yeah, so we see them like taking out all the money, all this stuff is happening, and then our team moves in and gets Mama, which is awesome, but then they go out to the van where all this money's supposed to be, and
Margot.
none of it's there. Luckily they did have the mom with a cart of money, so it's not like it's all lost, but Margot pulled an extra con over, which I'm happy she did, because Margot did kind of get screwed over.
Yeah.
And we do feel a little bad for her for getting her heart broken.
Did she? So now I'm thinking: did she know this was gonna happen? Did she, or like?
Did
she was
Margot?
obviously one step ahead of her mom.
Right.
So.
Well, no, I think she was on her mom's side the whole time and knew what mom was planning.
Right,
And then,
but she obviously took the money at the end.
right.
So.
But
Well,
it was
because she
the
was
last
working
cart,
with-
so I think she may have planned to do that anyway. Just like,
Yeah.
Oh,
you know,
okay.
I'm going to cut out early.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
And
That's
she
it.
got in good with Jameson, the bodyguard.
Yeah.
And we did get our token, like, really cheesy 6 line of the episode, which normally we get some, like, really, like, like, dumb line. What did she say? Like, he's like, can I finally talk now or something? She's like, oh, I can think of a lot of other things you can do with that mouth.
All of these.
Yeah, did he not
why is
say
it always
anything the
so
whole time?
cheesy?
No.
No, he never said anything. Now that that's true.
Well, he can get a SAT card now.
He literally
Congrats.
didn't say anything.
No.
That's funny.
He was just like taking orders and stuff, and we'll be taking more. Hey yo. Yes. Yep. There we go. And so now Margot has a partnership with him, which I feel like is probably not good. She's gonna kill him real quick because he was just a tool to get the money for her. She doesn't care about him, and she likes girls more anyway. I think, right? I don't know. She likes everybody.
Yeah, a little bit of both.
Who knows? But yeah, and so we end up also discovering that Alice and Reese had planned, the whole escape and all this stuff, and like he helps Ben and Alice get out of the country so they can go have some alone time because Ben's deal fell apart. Everything, it all kind of crumbled, and Reese is going to come too. And I swear he had 2 tickets when he was like, and I'm coming too. And there were 2, but maybe, I don't know.
Wait, what do you mean 2?
Because he gave them tickets.
Oh, yeah, he had 2.
Escape, and he had 2 in his hand when he was like, I'm coming too.
Yeah.
So.
Is he bringing someone?
I don't know. Or maybe they just need multiple boarding passes. I don't know what the deal is, but.
You like to sprawl out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Chairs.
So that was super fun. I love how everyone, it's all working out. Everyone's friends now, But then Alice goes home to get her stuff. And we know.
Twist.
There we go. This is where it's all going to come crashing down. And she walks in, and the FBI is there taking the stolen painting from episode 1 that has been on her wall the entire time that Christopher stole. And obviously Margot decided to put one last little poke in there and turn her in.
Well, yeah, do you think it was Margot that
she
did
said
that?
it.
She said, yeah.
She told Ben.
She told Ben.
Wait, she did?
Yeah.
When?
Yep.
She calls him, and she's like, by the way,
I don't think Alice will be joining you on your trip.
Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah. She's getting held up for some reason,
Fair enough. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It happened.
Okay. No, I remember that. I feel like it wasn't. Like, it still could have been someone else. Like, that she maybe knew about it, obviously.
She kind of
obviously, it's
said
Margot. Come
Well,
on.
she knows everything. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, she did it.
Yeah,
it was Margot. And so I loved Alice. I just love how, ballsy and confident Alice is all the time.
The way
and
she talked to the agent or
the
whatever her
FBI
name was,
agent. Yeah, she's like, here are the questions you should be asking.
That
Not
was
did I
slick.
steal this painting, but
Slick.
why would I steal this when I am who I am? And who would want you and I to be in this room talking together? Da, 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 da. And also, P.S., if you're not arresting me, get out of here. And I'm leaving.
Or she's like,
she
I'll do
completely power
your job
played it.
for you and look for the person
who did this.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then she, first named her when she was leaving the interrogation room. And it was interesting because right after that, when she was getting the raid on her office and knew that all the evidence was pointing against her, she was like, "Oh, agent, sorry."
Yeah,
we're cool, right?
Exactly.
I totally didn't mean all that bad stuff.
I know, right?
You're
Well,
not
hey.
gonna arrest me.
Yeah, and so I obviously things turned, because she does have all the stuff that could point right to her, and I love how Christopher comes in, saves the day, finally does what's right, turns himself in. He's on the right side of the law, not taking any deals or anything like that. And
Shows that
and
he
you can
loves
see
her.
all over Alice's face, yeah, he does love me. And
The whole
full
team
circle,
sees it, too,
yeah, and
so.
first full circle, it's about this painting that he stole for her, which was essentially a symbol and message saying it was real. I do really love you, So it's now doing it in kind of a real action instead of just stealing something for you.
Right.
Aw, right?
So cute.
Fairy tale ending, kind of, right? So that's where we're kind of left with it. And so let's get into some predictions for what we think is going to happen for season 2, because we've got a season 2.
Yeah.
Woohoo! Ooh, pink.
Nice new lights.
Yeah,
Blue.
blue. Oh, wild in here. TGIF.
Well, yeah, I think it's gonna pick up where it left off. I think that there's more to the case than someone just being, "Hey, I did it." It's not her. I swear. It was completely all me. They definitely have to investigate, and so they'll probably take maybe both of them into custody. I mean, they can't just take his word for it that she had nothing to do with it, especially after they came up with all this evidence and stuff at her office. You can't just be like, I totally believe you. It was a frame. So that'll be interesting.
I don't see Christopher being in jail the whole time or
can't
for a
be.
long period of time, and I also don't see him. I wonder, do you guys think that he'll evade prison by pulling a con and going into hiding again, or they'll figure out some legitimate way and then they can kind of work together on things? Because we know that Margot is now Queen Bee,
Yeah.
and she's gonna be a force to be reckoned with, and I'm guessing Reggie's going to stay on her side.
Right.
But then we've got Christopher and kind of Reese on the other side, and then Alice and her crew.
I have a feeling something's gonna happen to Reese. I don't know.
Oh, no.
Just because he just, betrayed his family.
Yeah.
So
He did.
Well, mom's in
But
jail.
yeah, mom's in jail. So she,
But she's also very powerful.
She's
She is.
powerful,
She can
and
get out of jail
she
pretty
can get out of
quickly.
there
But
pretty
Margot
quickly.
betrayed her too.
I don't know. I just have a feeling
Yeah.
something that maybe not.
Yeah,
I'm
I
saying he's
think-
gonna get killed or anything, but something with the family, you know.
Because we started
Right.
to like him, so now they're going to kill him.
They're gonna do something with him.
I don't know. What I think that maybe he'll team up with Reggie to get Ben out.
Okay.
Well, yeah, I don't know this whole Reggie thing. You
Well, no,
think he'll
I think
convince Reggie?
that Alice can get out legitimately.
Yeah.
Obviously, Ben's gonna still be in there because he admitted to doing it, which is true.
Mm-hmm.
So he's gonna have to break out of jail,
Yeah,
and
I
then
wonder how.
if he's on the run, it's sort of the catch again.
I wonder how
Yeah.
long it's gonna take if that does happen to convince Reggie.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
It'll be-
'cause they do not like each
Yeah.
other.
It's
They-
there is beef there for sure.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think this season was solid. I know we had, a strong pilot episode and then some awkwardness in the few episodes after, but like the second half, man,
It was
great
great.
Yeah,
momentum.
definitely picked up.
It was awesome. It was super fun show to watch, and I'm really excited for season 2. So let's tell everybody where they can find us in the meantime.
You guys can find me on Instagram and on Twitter at Jordana_Morfin.
Awesome.
Nice. You guys can find me at Hey John Blake on Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, everywhere.
Cool. And you guys can find me everywhere online, especially Snapchat, Twitter, and getting my YouTube channel going again at Lauren Salaun. That's LAUREN SALAUN. All right. Thanks for watching, guys. See you later.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz
See you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.